Good morning, everyone. This is Shailashri. I'm taking today's grade 4 English, and in English, we are going to learn about a grammar. The topic of our today's class is message writing, and today's class we are going to learn message writing, how to write a message, the format, and what is message writing? That you will understand in today's class. Now, before I start my message writing topic and go for more into that, I want to know that what is communication and why it is required communication. Communication, it's passing the message to each other, right? What you feel, sharing with the, if you're not able to communicate. Now we humans have our words. We have a languages, we pass the message, we discuss, we talk with each other. And these days now communication is so fast. Advanced level we reach, like, immediately we can share a message. The person who stayed very far, even though he's in US, New Zealand, anywhere, we can send a message, and within a minute it will reach to him. So this way we are very fast. But in a long backing style, how it was like, we know that birds used to carry the messages, and also the messenger used to carry the messages. But this message writing, is it helpful in these advanced level tab? Of course it is helpful. Now how it is helpful? Definitely we are going to understand it, but before that we will understand that what is a mode of communication. There are many types. There is a telephone, through the TV also we'll get some messages, newspaper also there, it's a big communication, wherever anything happen all in the world, we get a message, we can read about the newspaper, we can see in the news. TV is helpful in that way. So let's see, I'm going to share with you one PPT. Let's see that what is a mode of communication. Students, now you can see that a means of communication, through the computer. Now, computer, by writing email, now internet we can use here, and if you have internet facilities, we can send email the person to anybody. He may stay nearby your home, in your home, or very far, or out of India, out of state, out of country, or any corner of the world, it will reach to him. And through radio also we'll get the message. How we will get the message through radio? If we switch on the radio, we get a news. Person will read the news and he will share information, whatever happening around us, around the city, around this, state, what is happening, and he, in our country, what is happening, world, what is happening, everything updated message or the news we will get from the radio. And also telephone, if somebody is giving you a call and sharing the information, is one way of communication, right? Through communication you are passing the messages. Now newspaper, you can read it. Newspaper, you can read the messages, or you can information you will get from the newspaper. That is way the writer, the news writer, he will give the reporter, he will report to you about what is happening around you, in your city, in your state, around the world. So you'll be updated through that. And cellular phone, of course. Now, smartphone is there, the phone through also will get it. And the letter, you want to share something and you want to give some information and you want to pass this, the communication between the person like who is staying a very far or nearby. Through the letter you can do that. When I was in the school time, we used to write a letter, and we should compulsorily use a post box, and it is really fun actually. Whenever we used to go to any places and good things we want to share, we used to write a letter to our grandparents and our friends through the letter, and we have to put the stamp according to the distance which you are sending the letter. Okay, still post office is working, and it's really a beautiful mode of communication. I just love that. Then a television. Through the television, you will get updated. You can see the information and news what is happening. Also, you will get hear and see both happen in television. Whereas in newspaper, you can see the picture, but live news you don't get it. But whereas in television it is possible. So this is also very important way of communication. And the magazine, a magazine about sports, magazine about kids, magazine about women's, magazine about general knowledge. So many this kind of a magazine, varieties of magazines are there, where you will get the information, you'll get the message, you'll be updated. Now these days, WhatsApp is there. Very advanced level we reached. WhatsApp message, with the picture, with the video, with everything we can share. And Messenger from the Facebook, email. These are the new types of messages we're passing. Now, this is a new way of communication and modern times, we can say. But what is the earlier means of communication? How, as I said, King's time, or previously, how it was, communication was happening. We'll just check that. I'm going to show the pictures to you all. See, as I said, there's a bird. Can you see the bird? And in this bird, if you observe that they are tying the messages written in the paper or the cloth, maybe it is in the olden days they used to write messages through in clothes, and the ink they used to use to write the messages, and tying birds leg, and this is a trained birds actually. So when the destination is given to that bird, it will exactly go there and give the message to the people whom it want. Or a messenger, as I said, he will travel, maybe he take a horse or maybe not, or maybe he is going walk, but he is a person who is passing the message. He is a messenger, we can say. Or in other way of communication, see the messages put in a bottle and lid is closed and leaving it in the sea. I don't know how far it will work, but little tough it is. Other than that, have you seen the instrument, like tabla kind of instrument? People, kings, especially king's time, when he want to give the message, and he will send the message people, the person who bring the message, he will stand in between anywhere the people are more, especially in the market side, or he will keep that instrument, and he will bang loudly. He'll make a noise to get attention of people. So people hearing the sound, they'll get, they will get attracted there. And he used to loudly share the message. Kings used to give this message to you all. This is going to happen in our kingdom. So this way, a message used to pass. Other than that, we can say the telegraph. This is a one way of a message passing, and the typewriter also there. It is now we are very less we are using, because we got a good technology is improved, and good with a short of time we can use send the messages. So we very less we are using this typewriter and the telegraph. And now, as I said, discussed with you all, these are the communication we used to do Okay, communication earlier times and now how we do, what are the uses of mode of communication we have seen. Now, students, sometimes you maybe think, no, sometimes it's very important that we note down some messages. Like, you are at home, okay, you are at home and somebody has called you, maybe your brother friend or sister friend, and your brother is on leave, he is sick, he is at home, and your brother or sister's friend whom called you and give the good message, like, it's very value or the important message, like, after 2 days they have to submit this notebook to the school, or in after 2 days this is competition is there in the school. And when they say that with the date, everything, sometimes, even though we have a good memory, it will skip out of our mind, it will skip out of our mind. So what happened, important thing that we should write the message on a paper. Okay, you received a call, you heard the message, and when you're hearing itself, if you note down the message that who called, like your brother friend or sister friend, and what is the purpose of calling, and what the message they gave, and when the book says, if book is supposed to submit, so which book and when they have to submit. Because as time goes, it will suddenly sometimes it go out of our mind, so we don't want that. So for that purpose it is really helpful. Or you can say that your father friend called you all, and he gave a very important message to your father, and father is not around, he may be taking a bath or he is out of house, and it's important that you should not miss out one single word also. So it's very important you will note down the message. But when you are writing the message, there is a format we have to follow. We know that when we write a letter to anybody, definitely we are following the format. A same way, message writing also have a format, but it's not that confusing. It's very easy, and you will easily understand how to write the format. Definitely, I want to show the format next to you all. Just check the screen. Yes. Now, this is very important, student. I want you to pay attention. Format of message. If you scribble just 2 line, definitely you will not get the marks. It's about not about the marks. When we follow the steps, when we know the format, it's really easy and it will give a complete perfect picture. So, for your personal reason also, it is very helpful to you all, and future also. So, you have to understand how to write the format of message. The format of message, from the heading, if you see that message is a message at the top, that is compulsory, that you have to write a message. You cannot write that letter writing, because your intention, that format which you're following, what it is to understand other, it's really helpful. So message at the top of the head, it's compulsory that you have to write a message. Then next, coming to the next, now which part, right or left? A left side, it's very important that you should write the date. Children, a date is very, very, very important. Okay, without date, you yourself get confused and other person also will get confused. So a date is must. So you have to know first, you have to mention the date on the left side of the message format, and what time he called. He may call in the evening, may he call in the middle of the day, or he may call in the morning. But to convey this to your father or the relative or the mama or your brother, sister, this is very important that you should remember the time. So as soon as they give a call, no, disconnect, you have to note down the time, which time you receive the call. So check the time and note down the time. That also compulsorily you have to write in the left side. Now you have to leave one line next. Now you have wrote the heading. Next, you left side you mention the date and you have written the time. Then you have to leave one line. Now next, if the message is for your mother, from your aunt or mother friend may be called, you have to write mother. If you receive the call from your father friend, so you have to write, because father's friend call means that message for your father, right? So you should write your father. If you receive the call from your sister or your brother's friend, so you should mention sister or a brother. If it is from your friend, it's this message for your friend, you should write a friend. Now, next step is that what purpose and why the person called. You have to strictly, compulsorily, you have to mention this. The person who called and the message you received from that person and what he has said, that you have to put. Like, father called to inform that he has to leave tonight for Singapore for official purpose. He has requested you to pack his bag for a 2-day visit. See, this is the body of the message. You know that what is the body of the letter. So this is also body of the message. So he said that his father called the message to whom? To his mother, that he has to travel immediately. As soon as he reach home, he don't have a time to pack everything. So it's an important message that his mama has to keep bag ready. So he's writing that father has requested to pack his bag so that he for the 2 days and so that he can leave to Singapore for official purpose. So body of the letter is ready. Now as soon as the important message is completed, the body has completed the body of the message, you should leave one line. Compulsorily one line you have to leave. Then coming to the down, who you are. The person who received the call. The person who received the call is writing the message. So the who is this person? Now you are the person, you have some name, right? So the person who received the call has to mention his name. If name is not there, then how we can believe in this message? So if you are Amit, you can write Amit. If you are uh, Puja girl, you can write Pujana. If you are if you are a mother, like you have a name. So the whoever receives the call has to write their name. Okay, so this is the format of message. I'm going to repeat the format of the message. The first heading, it should come in the middle of the message. You know, we have to write a message. How we write letter writing, same in the head, the topic, how you write message. And left side, you need to write the date, that message you received in which date, that date. Coming to the next line immediately, the timing, which timing you have received the a call, that you have to write. After this, you have to leave one line. Then you have to write to whom you are giving this message, from with whom you received, that is another thing, but to whom you want to pass on the message, the person who called you and he shared you, that with to whom you has to pass this message. So your mother is a person who you want to give the message, and from whom and what is the content, that it comes into the body, which you are not writing more than 3 lines. It will be nice if you write 1, 2, 3 lines, and what is the important message they gave to you, that you have to mention. And after that you have to you have to leave one line. Then the person who received the call, if you are Amin, the person who received the call, he has to write his name, and you have to follow the punctuation properly. That is the one important thing you should remember. So this is the format of the message you should always remember. Now, so how we know that how we can attempt in one trial of one example, can we do that? Okay, so we will going to read one telephonic conversation between Akash and Binal. Okay, we will read that, then we also will attempt, or we can discuss that to understand better. Unless we try, we'll not understand, right? So even though we understood the format, but you have to try. So I'm going to show you the one conversation between Akash and Binal. Now I'm going to read. I also want you to read this. I also want you to read this. Okay. Now a telephonic conversation between Akash and Binal. Akash, hello. Can I speak to Ravi, please? Now, this side, the person who received the call is Binal. He is not at home. Who is speaking? Akash. I'm his friend, Binal. Would you like to leave a message for him? Akash. Yes, please tell him we are going to visit the Nehru Planetarium tomorrow, and in case he wishes to come, ask him to call me in the evening. Binal. Yes, definitely. I'll do that. Now Binal has to go to market, so she leaves a message for Ravi. So you have to read the message. See here, students, a conversation between Akash and the Binal. And Binal is a girl, and her brother is um, her brother, right? So he's what is his name? His name is Ravi. Okay, the call came from Akash to Ravi, but Ravi is not available there. So what Binal said, she said that he's not at home, and she also wanted to know that who has called him. So he said that Akash, I'm his friend. So, but that is a beautiful way. One more important thing that he had need or she need to ask that what is the purpose he called. Would he like to leave a message to the person whom he called? So definitely Binal asked. So he said, of course, yes. I want to pass the message that is there we are going to visit a Nehru Planetarium tomorrow, and in case he wishes to come, ask him to call him in the evening. What he said that? He said that if you want to come, let him give a call, but we are going to Nehru Planetarium tomorrow. So further about related to that, he want to share more with his friend. So he said that he can give him a call in the evening. Now she said, of course, she will give this message to him. But here thing is that she want to go to market. By the time Ravi will come back home, and she want to pass the message to him. So she want to write it in a format to her brother. So how he is going to write that you have to tell me. Now write the message. You know what, students, actually some messages, they don't give them much content, like it's not, date will not be there, the timing is not there, and not more information. So if date and the time is not given, you can make, or you can give any date of yours, like you can mention that like if we discuss about this format, we can say, as I said, the first is a heading, that is a message writing, and the immediately coming next is that left side, as I said, date and the time. But in this, they have not at all given the date and time. So you can give your own time or the date. So we will mention, like, today's date as 12 or 6 2020, and date timing is like around 11 a.m. Now, immediately after that, you should leave one line. I said that in the format, it is must that you should leave one line. Next, what is that? You have to write. Now, to whom you are going to give the message? You are going to give the message to Ravi. So you have to write Ravi. So what is a message? Your friend Akash called and he said that, what he said, Nehru Planet, they are going to visit a Nehru Planetarium, and in case he wishes to come, he can call him in the evening. And who has to written this? This is Binal. Binal has written the message and she has to write her name down. She has to write her name down. So she will write her name, Binal. Isn't it a very simple and interesting, student? Definitely. I think it is not at all tough. You can write your own, you can create, you can refer textbook. There is exercise, you can refer that. Okay, so anybody who's a doubt, I don't think you will have any doubt because it's so simple, so interesting, and you can solve or you can write any conversation, without exercise also. You can do some, create some your own conversation, something incident, you can write and you can make a format. You can try in that way also. Now coming to the next is that read a telephonic conversation between Rahul and Smriti. See students, this is the one exercise for you all. I want you to read this. And students, okay, so I want you to check your textbook, and I want, that is Grammar Galaxy. I want you to read it again. See, we will discuss, we'll share. Apart from there, in the textbook, always with a beautiful picture, they will give a good conversation, how it will going to start. We should read that compulsorily. It's always interesting and you'll get more information on that, about message writing. So just go through and read your textbook and come back to the exercise. Take one exercise, try to solve in your book, and or you can use the A4 size paper, one or two. So we have discussed about a message writing, that what is a message writing and how to write a message. Also we have learned that what is the format of message writing and how to write a message. With one example also we tried. Now there is one more exercise, sorry, question for you all. You can read this conversation between Rahul and Smriti and you can attempt it at home. But before that we will discuss this. As I said, I want you to read you all this one. Read the telephonic conversation between Rahul and Smriti. Rahul, hello, can I speak to Akshay please? Smriti, he is not at home. Who is speaking? Rahul, I'm Rahul, his friend. Oh, Smriti now. Would you like to leave a message for him? Rahul, yes, please inform him to bring his science notebook for school tomorrow. Now, Smriti has an appointment with the dentist, so she leaves a message for Akshay. Write a message. Students, if Smriti at home, she's there, she's not at all going anywhere, she can pass this message without writing. But it is also important that even though she's not going anywhere and no, it is important she has to write it in a note down in a paper, because she may forget after some time. She may forget that which book they're supposed to take tomorrow. So it is very important, even though you're not going out also, write the whatever the message you received, you write it on a paper or write it on a book so that it will be properly 100% conveyed to the other person. Okay, should not go in a wrong way. So I want you to attempt this exercise independently and go for the textbook, check it. So I'm going to stop the class here. So before that, I want to revise it. As said that communication is very important. if you're not communicating with each other, or the at any with anyone, it is really tough. What it's because past what we feel about anything, whatever thinking thought process, it should be come out with the words. And sometimes, as I said, important message should be passed to other. So that time it is very important that we should note down it in a format, note down, because so that we should not skip any other words or the message, the person from whom we received and whom we have to convey. If you're not noting down, it will skip out. So some beautiful simple format we need to follow, that is a message writing. And as I said, heading, message, then the left side, date and time. If it is not there, date and time, you have to write your own. But if you have a date and time, talking about the exercise also, okay? So after that, you leave the one line and whom you're giving the message, that person name, and what you have received the message, that you have to write, and down you have to write your name or the person name from whom you have received the message. And we have solved one exercise from the PPT, and I want you to read the textbook, and I want you to attend the exercise from the textbook, at least one students. Be a good student. I know that you can do that. It's a very simple, very interesting topic it is. Okay, see you in the next class on the same topic. Thank you for being with me.